Now remember, revelation, apocalypsis, means the unveiling of Jesus, the revelation of Jesus. Now that's just a fact. How do you apply that? Jesus, revealed in Revelation, is all that we need. That's what this whole book is about, and it shows it at every level. But specifically, it showed it to these 7 churches. That's, if you remember, John was on Patmos. He sent this letter to Ephesus. It went around the 7 churches. And the last 2 chapters are asking, why is heaven so vital? We should think about it often. That's why Paul said, my citizenship is in heaven. I think about it all the time. Why? Because it's how to get ready for heaven. That's what we all need. We need to get ready for heaven. We need to start thinking about it. Basically, there are a lot of previews of heaven. Adam and Eve in the garden is a preview of heaven. Heaven is about God himself wanting to come meet with us. That's what the Garden of Eden was. God was coming down, they'd hear his voice, and they'd come, and they'd see what God had that day. That's a preview of heaven. Heaven is like Enoch. Enoch walked with God in chapter 5. Heaven is getting a one-on-one time all to ourselves with God. If that doesn't thrill your heart, then you'll grow in your understanding of who God is, because there is somebody that you would like to spend one-on-one time with, and it's because you know them really well. Or maybe there's someone you admire very much, you know. I remember that I wanted to meet these great people of Christendom. I remember W.A. Criswell was one of them, and he was the pastor of First Baptist Dallas, and I remember I dragged my dear newlywed wife Bonnie, and we had very little money, but I said, I want to go meet W.A. Criswell. He was such a giant, and others throughout the years, because I deeply admired them, but nothing like this. This is God. And Revelation is us getting a preview of David's Psalms. Remember what he said in Psalm 73, whom have I in heaven but you, and there's nobody on earth I desire like I desire you. Now most of us aren't quite that far, but that's why he was the man after God's own heart. He was that far. And that's why the Lord doesn't throw him out after he broke all 10 commandments, because down deep in David's heart, he said, I want you to provide for me forever. There's no one I desire. Everything I want is you. Did you know God will overlook an awful lot if our heart is totally focused on him? He sees that. And then we get to another preview of heaven is Christmas. That Jesus, his name shall be called Jesus, which being interpreted is Emmanuel, which being interpreted is God with us. So Jesus was God with us, Emmanuel. God with us makes it possible for us to be with God. See, God had to come to be with us, that's Jesus, so he could take us to be with God.